Welcome to Chris is Losing It. I'm Chris and I'm embarking on a transformative journey to lose 80 to 90 pounds, that's about 6 stone, over the next 6 months. What sets me apart is that unlike other influencers and personal trainers who've never been overweight a day in their lives, I've not only helped other people, I've used this science-based method myself more than once. This time I'm going to do it on YouTube and hopefully bring some of you along with me. My plan works. You can lose as little or as much weight as you want, quickly and for good. There are 4 key components to this approach which complement each other and lead to some amazing results. I'd recommend that you stick to the plan and follow all 4 elements at once, because the positive mental reinforcement that comes from rapid weight loss is going to help you stay motivated in the long run. The 4 elements are fasting, the ketogenic diet, exercise, and mental health work. I can't make you stick to each of these 4 parts, but I can assure you your success will be proportional to how much you stick to all 4. So we'll delve into each of the 4 parts over the next few videos. Studies have shown that people are more likely to be successful if they join a group for this sort of activity. So if you'd like to join our fasting circle for some encouragement and accountability, you can get access by joining my Patreon using the link in the description. So my personal battle with weight began at a young age. I lived with my grandparents and my grandmother was the cook of the house. She served up high-calorie meals for the men of the house. They all worked manual jobs and, she thought that they could use the energy. She knew nothing about food groups or nutrition, and she felt very strongly that anything home-cooked was automatically healthy. As a kid, I was never more than a few pounds overweight, A, because I was growing, and B, because I was always active. I did martial arts when I was younger. I played rugby for quite a few years, and I started weightlifting in my teens as well. So I gained weight slowly. But in that house, the emotional weather wasn't always very good, and the only medicine available for the pain was this home-cooked junk food. So eventually I got injured and I wasn't able to exercise like I had been. And the weight started to catch up with me in my early 20s. So after a couple of years in university in the USA, I got up to about 218 pounds, passing into obesity for the first time, and I was horrified. I lost about 40 pounds very quickly using the best information that I had at the time, which was to restrict my calories. Instead of eating smaller portions throughout the day though, I just ate one meal in the evening. So what I was actually doing is what we would now call 1 meal a day, or OMAD fasting. To be clear, I now understand that calorie restriction is not a good way to lose weight and keep it off, and I'll go into the reasons for that in another video. Bad habits eventually began to resurface, and by 2016, I had regained the weight I had lost. At that time, I was working a 12-hour night shift 3 days a week, and that wasn't a good routine. Obviously, my willpower went out the window. I was also back to using food to numb emotional pain, and at the time, unfortunately, I was in an abusive relationship. So there came a time in 2016 where I was motivated to get back into shape. I started training for a 10K, and I was very conscious of the nutrition I would need to do that successfully. That was very effective, and along with nightly trips to the gym with some friends from work, I was able to get into the best shape of my life. Here are some before and after pictures from when I got in shape in 2016. Moving to London in 2018, I began to put on weight again, because if rich food is a medicine that you use, London has a crackdown on every corner. So on top of that, I left my career in financial services and fell into depression. I was already putting on weight when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and forced into isolation, I once again found comfort in sugary food. Knowing how to bake delicious treats myself became a liability, and when the lockdowns finally ended in spring of 2021, I'd ballooned to about 265 pounds, almost 19 stone, And to be honest with you, I've remained there for the last few years. Here are some fairly recent photos of me. If you don't want to see a nearly naked Welshman, look away now. I have had some mitigating circumstances. Trouble with landlords, a lack of a support network since I moved to London, health issues such as long COVID, unfortunately, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which has caused all kinds of strange, uncomfortable feelings, as well as chronic stress and some neurological problems that have come from that. So there are reasons why I've struggled to lose weight over the last few years. For a long time, it looked like I had a spinal issue, and I was advised to do nothing more than walking. But during these difficult times for myself, I've used my knowledge to help others get some impressive results. Recently, I was given the all clear, so it's time to practice what I preach and get healthy and demonstrate the effectiveness of this plan. Before we finish, a quick disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychotherapist, I'm not a certified personal trainer. I'm just someone who's scientifically literate who wants to share information about this subject. So I have to tell you, before you make any changes to your health and fitness regime, you should consult with a physician, your doctor, to discuss your individual circumstances. Under my plan, there are no gimmicks, shortcuts, or hacks. I reject the use of supplements in general in favor of a healthy diet. Whether your goal is to shed a few pounds quickly or lose a lot of weight, maybe even more than me, as fast as possible, I believe I can help you with the information that I'm going to provide in these videos. So in the next few videos, I'll address the physical and mental health aspects of this method to help you get to your ideal weight. There will often be homework for each video to help you get started. Your homework for today is to simply skip breakfast until the next video comes out. That's honestly not as hard as it sounds. We've all got different circumstances, but I'm sure you've skipped breakfast in the past without even realizing it, and it's not a big deal, okay? This is a good place to start. Just skip breakfast and then don't compensate for it. Don't make up for what you missed by eating a huge lunch, okay? Just skip breakfast for the next few days and eat a normal lunch, okay? That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video interesting. Leave a comment if you have any questions about what we're about to do. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a link to my Patreon in the description where you'll get access to our fasting circle. And I'm going to show you the bathroom scale and the app that we'll be using in the next video. If you'd like to purchase them, you can get money off using the link that I also put in the description. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.